Hey everybody, Flip and Danny here, founders of the Freedom Real Estate Group family of companies, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, which is called
Freedom Through Passive Income.
That's right. And Spartacus, did you want to say what the episode was called? Huh? Yeah. We got our dogs here with us, and welcome to another live episode because it is Thanksgiving weekend, and today is known as Black Friday, but there are no Black Fridays with me. It's always
Fun Shirt Friday.
Fun Shirt Friday, that's right. And for those of you that are watching, don't adjust your set at home. These colors are not green and white. And for those of you that are just listening, let me explain something. I went to Michigan State University. And when I went to Michigan State University, my favorite t-shirt that I wore until it basically fell off me, it was a t-shirt that said, my two favorite teams are Michigan State. And then on the back of the shirt, it says, and whoever plays Michigan. So for all my Ohio State fans out there, I am donning the Buckeye. That's right. I was born in Ohio. I wanted to go to Ohio State, but then my whole family went to Michigan State. I really didn't have a choice.
Right.
But so this is because the big game is tomorrow between, as what they like to say, the team down south, and then the team down south goes the team up there. Yeah, they never say the names. Talk about that's like supposed to be the biggest rivalry in college football, but obviously you know who I am rooting for. Neither. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. In this situation, I want Ohio State to win. Anyway, but welcome. This is week 47. We've only got 5 more of these left.
That's right.
And like you said yesterday, there's only 2 more left in Florida.
Yes.
That's just crazy.
Yep.
But welcome to week 47 recap and key takeaways. Is there anything you want to say before I head into this?
Oh, no. I am wearing, because it's the day after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
I decided to put on a Christmas shirt.
Even though we've been listening to Christmas music since
we have
Halloween
but
finished.
So many people have these rules about when they're allowed to do Christmas. So I've been like, all right, even though really I don't pay attention and don't care. But for the podcast, I went, it's official. I'm allowed to wear this. And this is a shirt that we bought last year. I think you gave this to me for Christmas, and I couldn't fit into it. I was too fat.
It was the Ohio weather. It shrinks the clothes. That's what it was.
But I've lost a lot of weight, and so I fit into it. So not only am I allowed to be wearing Christmas stuff now, I actually fit into a new shirt. So thank you for my Christmas gift last year.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. You're welcome. And I'm glad that these podcasts are not smell-o-vision. Because we do have bulldogs. One of our bulldogs is right at my feet. And if you know anything about bulldogs, they have the ability for gas. Spartacus. Anyway. All right. You ready to do this?
Yes, let's do our recap.
All right. So episode 323, the Flip and Danny story, part 4, sharing our journey of freedom through passive income.
That's right.
All right. So key takeaways is in 2020, we were presented with our first mixed deal. There were 15 turnkey properties and one 56-unit apartment complex in the offering. This transaction led to the creation of Freedom Capital Investment, soon to be called, can we say it?
Yep.
Freedom Family Capital. We are excited about this rebrand that incorporates our freedom through passive income themes and creates a unique identity for us in the marketplace. Another key takeaway is, and just as we have support from our relationships and freedom team, as we have built and grown our companies, we are looking toward the future. Our future goals are to help give you the life you want to live through building passive income and wealth through real estate, be a support system, and share our passion for those who want to learn about real estate investing and be in a position to give back to the communities where we live and in which we serve.
Love it. All right. Episode 324, how to talk to your spouse about money and find common ground, part 1, the why. Key takeaway number 1. This is the first of a 4-part series, and we are beginning with talking to your spouse about why money is important to you. We cannot make assumptions that in a relationship we're automatically on the same page when it comes to finances. Is our money important to have to spend on vacations, or home projects, or helping our families, or creating generational wealth? These questions are important for couples to not only understand, but to agree upon. Key takeaway number 2. Other conversations that are important to have are those relating to creating passive future income, how we want to save, how can we reduce our tax burden, and what type of reserve should we set aside in case of a crisis. It's also important to discuss contingencies such as how can we care for our parents, and what do we do if we empty our savings. We must work to understand the needs of our partner and communicate to ensure that the financial facet of our relationships are solid.
Yay! All right, episode 325, Motivational Monday, the power of a morning routine. All right, key takeaways. The importance of a morning routine cannot be overstated. It creates an opportunity to put yourself first and in turn allows you to take care of others or your career during the rest of the day. Danny holds herself accountable by creating a morning checklist because it helps emphasize needed self-care and holds her accountable. For many of us, this is a great tool to help put us in a positive mindset and remember what is important. Bailey's morning routine is to scratch his back.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Come here, Bailey.
Another key takeaway is a morning routine can also be flexible, so it changes as we grow and our needs change, generating excitement for the day, creating a positive energy that in turn is the nexus for a daily cycle of goodness. If you cannot execute your morning routine for one day, you will know that you have prepared and it will be there waiting for you tomorrow, like a friend or teammate readying you for the tests ahead.
That's right. And episode 326, How to Talk to Your Spouse About Money and Find Common Ground, Part 2, The Actions. Key takeaway number 1 is in Part 2 of our series, we discussed writing down our financial goals. What can we achieve and how can we begin to take the necessary steps to get there? Work to understand each other's wants and marry them to the situational reality that creates a common ground. Remember, financial planning is not about winning an argument. Rather, it's about formulating a winning financial future for your family. Never act outside your agreed upon spending because it can cause distrust and discord in your relationship. Key takeaway number 2, tracking your spending is important and you must set aside time to review your positions weekly. If you find yourselves with questions, always seek out assistance from experts or more experienced people in your circle of trust. Make this part of your financial planning a fun exercise where you can measure the small steps you achieved on the path to reaching your goals and look forward to this quality time you spend with the one you love.
Aw. All right, episode 327, How to Talk to Your Spouse About Money and Find Common Ground, Part 3, The Challenges. This is my part, the challenges. Key takeaway is in Part 3 of our series, we discuss some challenges you might face when discussing your financial goals. Can be an unexpected reduction of income, increased expenses, and disagreements about goals and priorities. Another trial you may face is when one person is not adhering to the agreed plan. She's her all the time. When unexpected changes in life occur, it is important not to let financial issues fester. Ignoring a problem does not lend itself to a solution, and inaction often exacerbates it. Also, pretending a problem does not exist can lead to feelings of worry, guilt, shame, and anxiousness that can affect your relationship. Last takeaway, when the unanticipated occurs, stay calm. Make the time to discuss it calmly and rationally. It's me all the time. Often a solution to a problem comes from having an open conversation and meeting in the middle.
Yes.
You like that?
Woo, Spartacus.
Man,
I wish y'all were here with us.
man, it's all that turkey. It's going through them.
Okay. And yesterday, our live episode for Happy
Yes.
Thanksgiving, our key takeaway actually is number 1. It was Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
And
Yes.
it's always fun to do the live episodes on a holiday because we can
Yep.
do something special. And at the very end of that episode, we actually went through a lot of things that we were grateful for. So my second key takeaway was having an attitude of gratitude really helps in life because you remember the things that you're thankful for as opposed to the things that are so easy to cling to, the things that are going wrong or the things that are troubling you and you're trying to solve. It's so easy to be spending your time on those things and not spending enough time on things that you're grateful for. So I'm grateful that we are spending more time being grateful. And we took some time yesterday on our podcast to let everybody know how much we are thankful for you.
That's right. I'm also grateful that I got to march in the Macy's Day Parade a few years ago, and I'm also grateful that I'm not marching in Macy's Day Parade. Woo! That's a long one.
Yes.
5 miles long. I got to experience sun, rain, and snow all in one parade. That was awesome. Anyway, we hope that you enjoyed this episode. We hope that you're having a great Thanksgiving weekend for the both of you that are listening and watching this episode this weekend. We'll be back to our normal antics after this weekend.
That's right.
But make sure you're heading on over to our website, freedomcapitalinvestments.com, to check out the Investor Club. Make sure you join the Investor Club. Make sure you're talking to Ben and or CJ to get information about all the stuff we've got wrapping up 2022 and stuff that we've got going on coming up in 2023. So it never stops over here. We're constantly going.
That's right.
Holidays, whatever. Anyway, but make sure you join the Investor Weekly Club. Make sure you're checking us out on all the social medias as well. But we like to end all of our episodes with
Invest smart.
live happy. Bye, everybody. Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on the show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit and loss.